is hidden will be made clear. All that is dark now will be revealed. What you have heard in the dark, proclaim in the light. What you hear in whispers, proclaim from the housetop. All that is hidden will be made clear. All that is dark now will be revealed. What you have heard in the dark, proclaim in the light. What you hear in whispers, proclaim from the housetop.
I was born in a sacred circle of women in a time of storytelling. Into a family of sisters gathered to an ancient fire, I was born. My formative years nursed with the lore of the great-great-great-grandmothers and the personal epics of the mothers tending the fire now. The fire, alive, enacted the tales, sparking in triumph, waning and cooling in struggle and sadness, crackling with pervasive laughter. Flames holding wrapped this lineage of pride and grace. I was born to hear the stories, to understand the sacred design and the love for which we were bonded together.
I listened, one story giving turn to the next, the turn moving closer around the circle, soon to be mine, I realized in childish anticipation. I realized in that same instant that it could never be my turn. My sisters were generous in sharing their stories, but they were not my stories to share. Would they realize this? Would the turn silently and graciously pass over me? Or would they look to me in unrealizing expectation? Awashed in distraction and grief, I shifted my gaze to the center of the fire. I could relate to the fire. It seemed, with its unspoken light and warmth, the wisest of all storytellers, ancient, yet always new. In its silent way, the blaze pulled my gaze to its tips. Orange points licking the darkness beyond. The darkness beyond.
How had I never noticed it before? Mired in the stories of then, I hadn't even seen the pathway to my own once upon a time. I heard my story calling, stirring a depth of longing, luring me silently to my feet.
Seeing now only the mystery of blackness, I stepped slowly, yet deliberately, past the fire, through the circle to the perimeter, aware of a silent understanding. I felt no need to stop for goodbyes. Although I heard nothing of the circle then, I am quite sure the storytelling continued, unbroken by my movement, soon to be unbroken by my absence.
I looked now only to the mystery ahead, I could see nothing as I walked into the great context, but sufficiently heated by the fire, inspired in courage by my sisters, and called in my own being to the journey, I breathed my steps into purposeful reality, the Word and I co-creating my turn in the story of the world.